right, this is our week 2 recap for Ernie. So similar to last week, we did start this week by charging our clicker. Maybe not as many times as we did it last week, but still 3-4 times. But what are you doing? Then we just did a review of some of the behaviors that we learned last week. I'll let him finish chewing. So following a food lure. Following that food lure paired with his name, Ernie. Touch. We asked for the hand target without any food in our hands. So what you can do with that, either have the food in your pouch still or in your clicker hand. Just put a flat palm out, touch. And as soon as I feel his nose, he comes and boops it. Or I click the clicker and give him his cookie. Touch. And again, just make sure that we're practicing that with both of our hands so that they don't get used to just one hand. Hi, puppy. Hi, handsome. Hi. What's this toy? Oh, man. Oh, man. You're playful in the afternoon. Yeah. Okay. Sit. So this week we also worked on asking our dogs for a sit without any food in our hands. So say Ernie is still in that sit and I want to ask him for another one. That's where I can use that release cookie. Okay. And then when he comes back, sit. Yes, good boy. He definitely thought about jumping up there. And if they get up after asking and you've clicked, just get them back in the sit. Okay. Sit. Yes, good boy. Down. And then the new behavior that we learned this week was our puppy's getting into a down. So this week we did lure this with food. Next week we'll try to get that behavior without food. Okay. Down. So when asking for that behavior, he doesn't have to be in a sit, but he is in that sit. So I'm showing Ernie the cookie right to his nose, and then slowly bringing it to the ground so that he has to follow it the entire time. He's staying connected, and then as soon as his butt and his elbows hit the ground, that's the point where I'm going to click and feed him. Okay. Good boy. So this week we did step 1 and 2 of the map. So remember, step 1, as soon as our dogs came over, we clicked, fed them a few treats down onto the mat, and then picked the mat up from under him, moved it to a new spot. And the other thing that we did this week is we wanted to wait for him to at least to get into a sit, but Ernie is so nicely getting himself into a down. Step 2 was leaving the mat where it was and releasing Ernie from the mat. Okay. And our hopes is that he comes back over. Yes, good boy. Letting Ernie chew, and then coming in with another cookie. This is something we'll work on next week, but building some duration on the mat. Okay. Good boy. Okay. Good boy. Go get it. Ernie. Ernie. Go get it. Ernie. Hi, buddy. What are you doing? We see you working on this, huh? Can we see it all the way back there? Sure. Okay. So this week we worked on luring Ernie in and out of his crate. So to begin this week, we started by just tossing cookies or luring him through into the crate. And then once he was comfortable with that and going in and out willingly, we then started shutting the crate door and just dropping treats into the crate while he's in there with it closed. And then to practice releasing him from the crate, make sure you have a cookie ready. Open the door, show Ernie that you have that piece, and okay. Yes, good boy. So as soon as that's shut, I click. Good boy. I dropped it. Okay. Good boy, buddy. You had to drink the water. So this week again, we got Ernie used to being in his harness. Oh, right here. Yes, good job. Yes, good job. Oh man. Okay. And then the other step to this that we did this week was adding a leash. So while I toss down cookies, get Ernie distracted with that while I clip that on. And this week we just practiced him walking around with something attached. Yes, good boy. I know, what is that? Okay. Down. Ernie, touch. All right, good boy. And the same way we got it on, we want to distract him with some cookies. So while he's eating those, that's when I will unhook and undo his harness. Good boy. And then the last thing we worked on this week was our handling again. So again, like last week, I'm going to touch all four paws, both ears, lift his tail, and lift his lips. Good boy. there. Yes. Good boy. Yes. Good job. And then this week we also introduced a grooming equipment. So we introduced the brush as well as nail clippers. I know, I gotta break up the chicken a little, I'm sorry. So this week I just did the flat side of the brush to get him used to that coming towards him and that type of pressure on his body. Next week we'll flip it over and use the bristles. Getting used to the brush coming at him directly. All right, good job.